Yeah, you already know what's going on. You already know what time it is. I am your host, Cam Silver,
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver,
and you are listening to the Silver Boys Podcast.
live from Las Vegas.
Yes, sir. Kyle's in Las Vegas right now, enjoying his
Uh,
best life. We love to
yeah,
see it.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
to see it. How you doing, my boy?
Living good, brother. I'm living good. I love it out here. It's fire, it's fire, it's fire. That's all I can say. It's fire. I'm enjoying myself, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but we got some sports to talk about, most definitely. We got some things
Yes.
going on in the state of New York. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, bro. It's a lot going on in New York, a lot going on around the country. So,
For real.
let's just get to some of the summarization of what's been going on from the topics that we don't really go in depth to.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the WNBA Finals as the Liberty are now up 2-1 and look to close out Friday night. Sabrina Ionescu hit a wild, and I mean one of the best game-winning shots that we have ever seen in a championship game, whether that's men's or women's. Hitting Kelly McBride with a smooth in and out sidestep, boom, from the parking lot, as you said when
Parking
we was
lot.
just off
Parking lot.
off the air. And then what did they win? 83 to 80, I believe it
Yeah,
was, right?
83 to 80, 83 to 80. Yep.
83 to
Yep.
80. And yep, like I said, they're looking to close out on Friday. Um, the Dodgers are up 3-1 over the Mets right now, looking to close that series out on Friday. And the Yankees are still up on the Guardians 2-1, looking to close that series out on Saturday,
Hmm.
the earliest right now. So yeah, so a lot of amazing, great things going on around just, from baseball, WNBA, now we about to get what's called NBA is coming back
Yes,
Tuesday.
sir.
And speaking of NBA coming back Tuesday, so Paul George hyperextended his knee this past week. He will be reevaluated next week, hoping that he comes back soon. Would love to see what that team looks like with him, Joel, and with Tyrese Maxey and the rest of those dudes. But the biggest news that we got Thursday afternoon was Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely because of that right
Indefinite
knee.
inflammation in his right knee. The boy need to just retire, Cam. He got to just retire because too many, way too many injuries. Number one, he don't play. Number two, just essentially he don't play. And for him to for the season not to start, and it says you out indefinitely with inflammation in your right knee when you've been having these same knee problems for months and months and months, and that's why you wasn't on the Team USA this past summer. I mean, come on, man. I think I sometimes you got to know when to call it quits, and that takes more guts and that takes more pride to call it quits than it does to continue, you know. And right now, like not Paul, Kawhi Leonard, he got two rings. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like people could ever take that away from him. He's gonna go to the Hall of Fame, like eventually. But I don't think right now is he just gotta go. Like, honestly, he just gotta go. Like, you're holding a team back at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? And then for
Yeah,
James Harden, it's literally just James Harden now at this point. No more Russell, no more Paul George, no Kawhi out indefinitely. It's just James. So like I feel bad for James, honestly, because like he came out there looking to, like, you know what I'm saying, get his ring, and it looked like Russell and Denver gonna get one before James. You feel me?
yeah, yeah.
So it is what
It,
it is.
it's tough, man. It's tough watching him like this because I remember when he won that first championship, he was Finals MVP with the Spurs, and the trajectory that he was on, it was looking like he was looking like sky high, like he was gonna be first ballot
Literally
Hall of
like him
Famer
and
and
Braun, and
everything.
that was it. Like, you feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah, like it was those two, and I thought we all thought that was gonna be the next thing, and then it ended up being Braun and Kirby, but. Yeah, it's just so tough to watch because he couldn't really play in the playoffs as much as he wanted to. Tries to join Team USA. They're like, no, them and the Clippers. They're like, no, the knee's just not right. And then now coming into the season, this is basically 6 months almost.
Yeah,
This is
really.
this is
Yeah.
this is 4 to 6 months of having the same right knee issue, and then for it to be inflamed coming up on the season, I'm, if
Like
I'm,
no,
I'm, I,
there's no
if
way he
I'm,
could play 82 games now. like at all.
bro.
He's
If
not
I'm
even
be
close to it.
bro, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I would be surprised if he plays at all.
I'd be surprised if he played 30 games, honestly. Honestly speaking.
I'll be surprised if he gets in at all because man, like what? Because he gets out there, he can't play back to backs or anything like that. So it's like you're playing every other game at that point,
Mhm.
and then you know what I mean? Like there's nothing else that you're gonna give. And then when we get into the playoffs and all the days are condensed, and you can't go from game two to game three or game 4 to 5 or whatever,
Yeah.
like so it just sucks to see. It
Think
it just
about it
sucks to
last
see.
think about it last year, how like, he dropped it was like what, game two, game one, game two, against Phoenix, and he was dogging him. He was dogging him against Phoenix, and then that game he can't play. It was like, whoa, whoa. Like how you just go ahead and drop like 20, 30 points, and then you can't play the next game. You can't
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
You
What was
can't play
what,
next
what
game.
was what was that like two? Yeah, I think that wasn't last year. It was the year before, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When they had Russ on that team, and yeah,
Yup.
he
Yup.
was going crazy. And then I remember, yeah, he had like 30, 40 or something crazy
He,
like that.
he had
Next thing you
like
know, they were
30.
like, then
Yeah.
next thing you know, they were like, yeah, he's done.
And they would
Like
have they would have
they more
beat
than likely
if
would have
he
beat
stayed
them.
healthy, they would have beat him. The Clippers would have
Yeah,
beat him. Yeah.
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 He shows how much of a force he is every time he's out there, but he's never out there,
He ain't never out there. And sometimes that's the best ability is availability. You feel me?
and he's
So
never available.
never, never ever. And that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame.
It just hurts, man. It just hurts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, the NBA season starts Tuesday. So if you haven't picked your team, pick them now.
I pick
That's
him
what I
right.
tell you. Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. Before the ball tips off, pick your team, stick to them, don't hop, don't go nowhere.
I'm going.
For all
Yeah,
my
I'm going with the big bodega all day, every day. You
big
feel me?
big bull digger, hey,
The
I
big
see it. I
bodega.
I hear you. I hear you. For all my fantasy players out there, including myself, good luck out there. For all my sports bettors out there, good luck this year with the NBA. I already know NFL has been very up and down, wishy washy, but better days are coming. Better days are coming, and yeah, excited for the NBA. But let's get into some football.
We got some football to talk about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit me.
So
Hit.
so after after the Bills beat the Jets 23-20, something amazing just happened. Davante Adams gets traded to the New York Jets. So they're going to get a conditional third round pick. The Jets are trading to the Raiders. They're trading a conditional third round pick that can become a second if Adams is first or second team All Pro, or he's on the active roster for the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So he
That
basically
could that could end up working out for the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If he's first team or second team All Pro, perfect. Or if they get down to the AFC Championship, Super Bowl, perfect. You know what I mean? They'll get that. But very exciting for the Jets right now. Back in the Green Bay days, Rodgers and Adams together, 622 receptions, 7,598 receiving yards, and 69 touchdowns.
A force to be reckoned with, most definitely. And the fact that they went from the NFC to now in the AFC, and they could tear things up because Aaron Rodgers, he was on the Pat McAfee show, and Davante Adams came walking back, like, behind him, and Davante was even saying too, like, the verbiage is the same, like, like, we know how to work with each other now, like,
Mm-hmm.
know how to do it, and it does nothing but translate from the Packer days to the Jet days now,
Right, right.
currently. And the fact that they can, like, he's gonna make that wide receiver room like so much better. He's gonna make Garrett Wilson better because, Devontae is gonna draw a lot of attention. And honestly, we in week 7 right now. Devontae gonna finish with probably like 150 targets at the end of the season, because I can just see, because of the way like the Jets have been playing, and like, it seems like there's a disconnect between Aaron Rodgers and his receivers, like
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, like because there's that disconnect. All Davante Adams does is come in and help that all day, every day, because he knows, like, timing. He knows where Aaron likes the ball. So now he can tell Garrett Wilson, yo, you need to have the ball right here at this time when Aaron Rodgers is right here at this time. And I think
Right.
that does nothing but help the Jets. It gives them another weapon. Like they could score more points, most definitely. So it's yeah, I think it's I a great pickup, a great pickup for the Jets. I'm very happy for him.
I like the pickup a lot. Like you said, it's gonna help out. It's gonna help out Garrett Wilson a lot. It's gonna help out, all the other receivers out there. I think it's gonna help out
Lazard,
their.
yeah,
It's gonna help out their run game a lot
yeah,
too, because now you have to really play them honest. The biggest worry that I still have is the offensive line. The
yeah.
offensive line, they're injury prone. They're a little on the older side too.
Mhm.
So if but Aaron Rodgers is really good at getting the ball out very quickly in less than, basically in 2 seconds or less at this point. So, like you said, him and Adams, they have that connection where they don't even need to talk to each other. They could fill out
Exactly.
the defense. They literally fill out the defense together, and then they can make it work. So, favorable for them. But now this is, I hate saying it, but now this is basically AFC Championship or Super Bowl or bust at this point.
No, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh.
They have
I hate
no.
saying it too, but you're absolutely correct. Yes.
This is where they are now. You went, you got a stud in Adams, you still got Rodgers, you got Brees Hall, you got Garrett Wilson, Tyler Conklin, Mike Williams, he's still there, kinda. I'm starting to hear rumors that he might not
I
be
think he
happy.
might be.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I heard. I think the Chargers might want him back. I know the Steelers, and then there was another team that's been lurking around trying to see what's up with him. So. Yeah, I think overall he does make the offense better, but like I said, the offensive line is probably my biggest worry, and hopes that they could probably play a little faster. Guys can get open too. So
Yeah.
I like it though. I like it though all around. I like it, and then the defense that was another thing. The defense, they you could tell they kind of took a step back when they played Buffalo
Yeah.
after promoting their defensive coordinator up to head coach. And I think that's just that was going to come along with it because now he has a lot more to deal with instead of
Mm-hmm.
just dealing with the defense. Now he has to deal with the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
A much
I
different
think
responsibility. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So I think I think that will be a big focal point for them coming in against the Steelers right now, who are looking at a quarterback change themselves, which, if I'm being honest, they don't really need to.
I don't think that they
But
need you. Yeah,
they,
I don't think Justin Fields has been playing terrible. He just
think about
gotta,
it.
he just has to look first of all at some of his receivers being open down the field. They
Hmm.
need plays down the field. Second of all, and Justin Fields has to trust himself a lot more. I think
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin has to trust Justin Fields a lot more. Open up that playbook, like
Yeah.
open it
I,
all the way up, and let's go.
Arthur Smith has to do that. Who's the offensive coordinator? He has
Yeah.
to. I don't know. Like Darren Lassie said, I don't know if they're telling him just to like look for the checkdowns for the most part,
Mhm.
or look for deep passes on certain times. But also, I do know again, there's another team where the offensive line just sucks. So
Yeah.
he does make up for a lot of the like. There are a lot of plays where he should have been sacked, but he's able to use his athletic ability and run and get up out of there and turn what could be a -7 or -10 yard game to a positive 10 yard game.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know, everyone, half of people are saying, yeah, let's see Russ. The other half are like, no, just stay with Fields. My opinion, look, if they end up losing with Russ, then it'd be very, very hard to really sit there and look at your team after that and be like, all right, guys, that's, because at that point, you took out the young stud who
And
technically you're supposed to be developing and who's
hmm
doing a great job of developing. Think about it. 10 total touchdowns and two turnovers total and just one interception and one fumble.
yeah,
It
he's
don't
a
get
leader
no.
of the ball, like he
Yeah,
is.
yeah. He's being this is what I think that they asked him to be more so. Just be a game manager, bro. We
Mhm.
don't need you to do everything. We don't want, you know what I mean? Even though he is doing everything, but we don't need you to do too much. Don't turn the ball over. Try to get us down the field one way or another, and just take it game by game, take it play by play. That's all
Yeah.
that I think that's all they really asked of him. And he, in my opinion, he's been doing great. And with the potential of him being sat down, they've he gave a great answer. He gave a great answer on like how he could have done a lot of things better, but the he yeah, he basically could have done a lot of things better, but it's just, I guess they just want to get a look at Wilson. So, but he was real professional about it, which it
Hmm.
impressed me a lot because of how, just how young he is. He's a year younger than me. So it's like, most guys would pout and like feel some type of way, but no, not him. So,
I
uh,
think I think I think like changing out the quarterback right now. It's better to do it now than later on in the season. It's better to do it in week 7 than versus week 15.
right, right.
But think about it too. Russell hasn't played in a very, very long time because think about it. He had those last like couple of games of the season last year off from Denver. He wasn't
Hmm.
playing those last couple of games within Denver. And then now, like being like I just said, we're in week 7 right now, and he has not played. And he's barely probably been getting reps with the ones except for this week. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so for the and think about it, like they just beat the Raiders 32-13. Like, so it's not like Justin Fields is playing horrible. If Russell Wilson comes in though and he plays horrible, that's a bigger story. That's a bigger
yeah.
story and a bigger narrative than Justin Fields progressing through as the
Yeah.
season goes on.
Right, right. Yeah, no. You're totally right. Totally right. Because you think about the two losses, they lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Colts. The Colts, Fields basically brung them back and made that game closer than what it was.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, that was a sloppy game on both ends for both offense and defense on
Both
both
teams.
sides of the
Yeah.
ball for both
Yeah.
teams. So that one was a coin flip anyway. But
And Steelers could have easily won that had Justin Fields made certain type of throws too.
yeah, yeah, there were certain type of those. Also, guys made certain catches though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Another big thing that happened was Amari Cooper was traded to the Buffalo Bills. I think it was what was that before or after Adams was? I think all of that
Oh,
just happened at like the
that was
same
after.
time.
That was after.
That was after,
It
right?
was probably like a couple of hours after Davante got to the Jets. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So Amari Cooper gets traded to the Buffalo Bills. Browns will receive a 2025 third round pick and a 2025 seventh round pick. Bills receive Cooper and a 2025 sixth round pick. This is going to be great for Josh Allen because we've seen in the Ravens game, seen a little bit in the Jets game too, where he didn't have that separator, that number one receiver type guy. Now he has that, and the number one receiver type guy, and also a guy who is not as emotional as someone like Stephon Diggs, where you need to force feed him the ball. It's
Yeah.
more so of, just give him the ball at his spots, and just if he's in one on one, that is obvious.
He's gonna eat.
Just go
He's
get
gonna
it.
eat. Yeah, he's gonna eat. I like to pick up a lot for the Bills too. It's just so crazy to me to see how teams are like, they just play a game 12 hours later, less than 12 hours later, they're making moves to try to make the team better. The Jets trying to make moves to get the team better. Bills making moves to get the team better. And then you got somebody like the Cowboys who just got beat 47-9
And they're
and
doing
they
nothing.
and they ain't do nothing. Like like that's
Yo,
just
yeah.
that's just crazy to me. Like you can tell what teams want it and what teams are just all about the talk.
It's so funny because I'll always go back to our preview, our NFC East preview, and how we talked about the Giants. We're like, all right, the Giants did. We were very optimistic about the Giants. We went to the Commanders. We were very high on the Commanders, and look at what they're doing now. The Eagles. That was a team where we were like, all right, well, they got to bounce back. They haven't really been answering the call so far, but we'll see how that plays out. And then the
Mhm.
Cowboys. When we got to the Cowboys, we didn't really talk about them. I listed the names. I listed the stars on both sides of the ball. And then that we were like, okay, because
Yeah,
they didn't do anything.
yeah. And it's just crazy to think that after this week, because Dallas has a bye right now, this week for week 7, like they could be at the bottom of the NFC East.
That's
They could.
crazy.
They could.
That's
The
crazy.
fact that you have Washington over you guys is I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Commanders fans out there, but oh nah, it just shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen.
No,
Not when you got a $60 million quarterback and you got a $30 million a year receiver in CD Lamb too. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen at all. But shout
never.
out to the Commanders, man. Shout out to the Commanders for real. They doing their thing. They doing
Yeah,
their
yeah.
thing.
Shout out Jaden Daniels, bro. They lost in
Oh
a
yeah,
close
tough
one
loss to the
to the
Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens, but everything I see from that game, I was very impressed. Still very
Mhm.
impressed. No turnovers from Jaden Daniels. The team, they just went up against a monster team that just came off of an AFC Championship and just added the best running back in the league. So there's not much that you could do with them, and now they're actually finding their stride
I was
themselves.
just about to say
So
that. Yup. Yup.
you know what I mean. So there's nothing you can really do with them, but for them to actually like hang in there and give them problems for a good amount of the time,
Mhm.
yeah, the Commanders are a team to really watch out for the next few years.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Now, I did want to ask you one question though, Cam, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints, 2-4 right now, after a hot, red hot start to the season, just got
Mm-hmm.
beat by the Buccaneers, 51-27. Yo, the Buccaneers, man. Baker, Baker, that
Baker,
dude,
Baker's
Baker,
that
that
guy, bro.
dude,
Baker's a gamer, bro.
Baker, that dude, man. He is
Baker,
passing for 4 tutties. Like, are you kidding me?
Baker's a gamer, bro. He don't care, man. He don't
Not at
care
all.
who. If
Not
you
at
down
all.
there, and you give him a slither of a window, man, he's gonna get it to you.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it to you. Him, Chris Godwin, and Mike Evans, they're all on the same page right now. And you could feel it. You could see it. They just look so good out there.
Mhm.
They look so good out there. It's them in Atlanta that's fighting for that division right now. But man, that's an awesome team.
Yeah, no, the Buccaneers are definitely a team to be reckoned with in the NFC. Most
Oh
definitely.
yeah. Oh
Most
yeah.
definitely. I can see them making the NFC Championship. Like I really can. Just because of all the injuries that's going on with the 49ers,
With
like,
the 40,
3-3. It's just I could really see like the Buccaneers like making a
I,
good run.
I could see them in a rematch against the Detroit Lions.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's what I that that's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna go into a rematch with the Detroit Lions.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, NFL looking good, but college football, bro. College football, bro. So
College football.
Oregon was able to outlast Ohio State after Ohio State had a blender at the end. Like what in the world was that from Will Howard and all that good stuff? Oh, just
Oh
bad.
my God. Oh my
Just
goodness.
just bad.
Will Howard. How? How do you do that, bro?
Just
Looking
bad,
like a
bro.
back. Oh my God.
I was like, bro,
Oh,
I was watching when I was watching, I was like, did this dude just pull a Dak Prescott in this game?
are these the Cowboys? Like, what? That was what a blender of a game. Oh, but shout out
Bro,
Oregon for getting it done.
yes,
Real.
yes. Shout outs to Oregon, bro. I like that team. I picked Ohio State to win that game because Oregon, for the most part, all the way up into that game, didn't show a lot of anything. But they showed a lot of toughness and a lot of grit in that game, and they showed that they belong in the Big Ten. So I like where
Absolutely.
they're headed. Who else? Other big games. Bama gets away by the skin of their teeth against South Carolina. Oh my goodness, I'm very nervous for their next game against Tennessee on
Oh,
Saturday.
it's not gonna be a good one for Bama. It really is not. It
I
really
am
is not.
so nervous, but the only good thing is that Tennessee ain't playing all that high either,
Yeah.
as they just escaped the win from Florida. So
Hmm.
that was another one. LSU beats Ole Miss.
Barely escaping Ole Miss too. Oh my goodness.
Yo, this is fun.
Yo, Garrett Nussmeier with that touchdown pass at the like damn near the end of the game. Nah, that's
Yes,
crazy. That's crazy.
that was crazy. That was awesome. Just looking at these new rankings, Texas will be playing Georgia this weekend. That's gonna be crazy. We said Bama and Tennessee. That's gonna be a good one. Illinois will take on Michigan. I think that's gonna be a not an upset, but an upset because we don't know Illinois to be in the top 25 ever. They're ranked
Hmm.
22. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for that, bro. Navy and Army are undefeated.
Yeah, no, yo, that's Probably the biggest story of all, honestly. Like, are you kidding?
Navy and
Navy and
Army
Army.
are undefeated, Kyle.
I never would have thought. I really just never would have thought.
I hope that they both finish the season undefeated, and then they meet each other. And I believe, yes, they're both in the American. I
Hmm?
hope that they can meet each other in the American, in the American Conference Championship, and then after that, the next week they have to see each other again in the Army versus Navy game.
Navy game? Nah, that'd be
You
yo.
know how crazy that'd be? That's college football playoff implications right there, and
All
both
day,
in
every
back to
day.
back weeks.
If back-to-back weeks you got to play the same team, nah, that's crazy. Nah. That's why I love
Nah.
college because you can see somebody like in your conference championship game, and then you could see them the next week in the college football playoffs, and
Yes,
and the teams could both look completely opposite of one another both
yeah,
weeks.
yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Army could win the one week, and then Navy could come back the next week and
It
blow them out. Like,
blow them out. Yo. And the college football committee always shows from time to time, bro. Style points matter, low key, man.
exactly.
How you beat a team does indeed matter, low key, bro.
Sure.
So, man, oh man, I love college football, bro. This stuff is it's so unpredictable. It's like, where are we going with this?
Nah,
But
for real.
so there's some other games that I've been looking at. Miami, Louisville. That's going to be a good one coming up this weekend. Virginia goes off to visit Clemson. Nebraska visits number 16 Indiana, which is
Hmm.
going to be a good one. Hopefully Rutgers can get back on track as they have a game against UCLA this weekend. And yeah, those are the big time games. Oh, Colorado, Arizona,
That's gonna
another
be a
big
big
one.
one.
That's
Yeah,
another big one
yeah.
right there that I'm looking forward to as well. So yeah, man. Like I always say, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, bro. Now we in the thick of it now. We
Oh yeah,
in
this is when teams know. This is when we figure out who teams are now. Week
this is
8.
the
Come on now. Yeah, yeah.
this is the conference championship. This is we playing for the conference championship and you're playing for college football playoff implications. So it is
Yep.
so much fun. And then college football rankings will start coming out in what about like 2 weeks or so,
Yep.
if I'm not
Yep. They get
mistaken.
ready for
So
that college football playoff bracket. Yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. But yeah, we've got a couple more minutes left. The polls for the preseason polls for college basketball came
College
out.
basketball came out. Yep. Yep.
Yes. And just to go over some teams, the expected Kansas, Bama, UConn, and I'm going in order: Houston, Iowa State, Gonzaga, Duke, Baylor, North Carolina, Arizona, Auburn, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Purdue, Creighton, Arkansas, Indiana, Marquette, Texas, Cincinnati, Florida, UCLA, Kentucky, Ole Miss, and at 25 is Rutgers.
Let's go, Rutgers. Let's go.
Yes,
Go,
sir.
boys. Yes, sir.
The
Yeah.
big RU. If you guys haven't seen it, Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper are on the cover of, I believe, Slam magazine, rocking their Rutgers uniforms. So Rutgers has never had this type of aura before. This is actually the fourth time in program history that Rutgers is ranked in the preseason polls.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So this is huge. I forgot the stat line, but they did have a preseason or a scrimmage game, whatever you want to call it, against St. John's today, excuse me, Thursday, and Dylan Harper had like 20. So, and then I've seen Ace Bailey, he looked pretty good. He had a pull-up jumper, he had a pull-up three in transition. So, if these guys can start really connecting real soon, then
They could
they
be a
on to
force to be
something.
reckoned with. Yeah.
They on to
Most
something.
definitely.
Yeah. I
Most
just hope
definitely.
that we all know that they're just one and done, but I just hope that they're all bought in. Because Steve Pikiell's
Yeah.
a great coach. Because Steve Pikiell's a good coach in my opinion. He's one of the best in the country right now, and everybody sees it because his recruiting is obviously up there right now. But yeah, no, the biggest thing with the one and dones is something that we see attest to Coach Cal. You got to get the guy to buy in.
You got to get them to buy in for 1 year, for a couple of months. You got to get them to buy in, and you got to get them to play with their role because this is when it matters. Like this, that is when it matters. You can't just be looking to, what I'm saying, be top 10 pick in the league. Like you gotta show it. You gotta show it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and they
excited.
and
I'm excited to see what Duke is gonna do with Cooper too. Cooper Flag.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm real excited to see him.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. They start in a couple weeks. Matter of fact, the college football, basketball starts in a couple weeks. That first full week of November
Hmm.
is when we will start seeing them. So I'm more than excited to see what all of that is gonna look like. But we have come to the end of our episode. As usual, happy that
Hey,
you all joined us and everything. Happy that you guys are on this journey with the Silver Boys, and you already know the deal. I'm your host, Ken Silver,
I'm your co-host Kyle Silver.
and this is the Silver Boys.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cam Silver from the Silver Boys. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel and like our videos. Thank you for watching.